SOFI update here on the 4th. So we came down a little bit lower, obviously. We came down actually much lower. We made 5 waves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We actually came down to the blue box that I've been talking about for actually the end of the 4th wave. So we came down a little bit lower than I expected, but we got the nice retrace off the lows. Actually, if you followed just kind of where that blue box was, you would have known to buy down there, knowing that the 5th wave was about finished, and you could have made some pretty good money. One of my followers, subscribers, said he bought 5,000 shares at $12.25. He already could have made like $6,000 off that bounce. So yeah, pretty good bounce off the lows. What do we expect from here? I just expect this to retrace. So I'm looking for anywhere from 1534 all the way up to potentially like 1750. How is it going to play out? A million different ways it could play out. It could be A, B, C, sideways, go like that. We could get 5 waves, sideways, and move up here like that. So I'm not going to really go over the scenarios of that. Just know that we are in a B wave here. If we're in a B wave, then you're expecting a retrace to the 0.5 to the 0.85 fib. So basically anywhere from this area, probably this gap fill at 16.16. Probably unlikely to hit this, but it could happen. Just depending on what kind of corrective move we get. But overall, just looking for that B wave. How long will it take? Probably going to take about a month and a half. I would say sometime into mid-April. So like if you're freaking out right now, then I would not freak out. This is probably, let's go to QQQ. I'll show you. On QQQ, like huge bounce. Put in a nice bottom here today. Give it like less than 1% chance that Trump says something that tanks it below here. If that happens, invalidates the whole move. This has to be a 5-wave move. I'm expecting new highs. So if it makes new highs, then this could easily go back up here to 17 bucks. But I do think it is still going to be in a B wave, and I think that we're looking at something. Let's just say we fill this gap right here. I'd be looking at a minimum of like 10 bucks for the final move down. If we go all the way up here to 17 bucks, I would be looking for like 11.60. It doesn't necessarily have to be a zigzag. A zigzag just means A bounce, B, C goes lower. We could get something like this. Or we could get just a normal flat like this. We come up here to the very top and then come back down here to 12 bucks. So there's lots of different corrective moves that can happen. But in general, it just kind of, I usually take the parallel line length of wave A and put it at the top of wave B to kind of get an idea of where I think that wave C should end if it's a zigzag. So you have to follow the waves. Timing wise, looking for about a month and a half up. So maybe like mid-April OPEX, something like that. Again, going back to these standard deviations, we are way oversold on the daily. We're at -3 standard deviations. On the weekly, we're still like in general right in the middle. And so it makes more sense for us to bounce into April and then come back down. That's not very accurate there, but you get the point. We're kind of in the middle point right here. I guess we could go up from here, but I'm seeing 5 waves, so I don't think it's very likely. So we'll follow it day by day. I'll be able to figure out if it's a impulse on the smaller time frames and get a better idea of where this B wave should end. For right now, just be ready to buy the dip again. We are dipping again here after hitting the gap fill right here from this morning. We filled the gap and now we're falling back. It could technically go past the start of wave A because we're in a corrective move. It doesn't have to hold the lows, but in general, I'd probably be looking for a retrace to the 0.5 fib here. So 1289, maybe down here to 1273, maybe 1250. And I'd be looking to buy the dip again because, again, we're probably retracing at least to the 0.5 fib, which is at, let's see here, 0.5 fib is at 1530. So I'd say at least 1530 all the way up here to 1785. In general, it's going to look like this. So we're going to come down here for a C wave, however deep it goes. And then the fourth wave is done, and we can go up to new all-time highs. So that's the reason on the weekly I feel like we're not consolidated enough after this move. We need to come out here farther into like June, July, August, and then we can move up more healthy, stay within healthy amount of standard deviations instead of going to like, if we go straight up from here, we're going to be looking at like, who knows, 6, 7 standard deviations on the weekly in order to get up to our target. So I think that coming down here is going to allow us more room to really run. So to sum it all up, we probably bottomed today. I don't expect a new low unless it's a B wave that turns into like an expanded flat. We should be moving up here to a minimum of 1530 over the next month and a half, potentially all the way up here to this gap fill at 1790. They're going to play some games though, like on QQQ, they brought all the way up here to 503 and now we're selling off. But I don't expect this to make a new low either. If it does, it invalidates the move because we need an impulse up here to make new highs. We are holding the 200 DMA on this and also on SPY, so that is healthy. We just need to get a big move. Trump's speech tonight should be bullish. Should be, keyword. Who knows what's going to come out of his mouth. Let's just hope that it's a positive on the tariff situation and not some more nonsense about doing it to more countries. Whether you support them or not, I don't necessarily not support that, but it's really hurting the market, so it's kind of annoying at this point. I'm ready for this next wave higher to go on, and SOFI looks like it started that today. So let's see if we can get back to 1530 over the next month and a half. I'm fully bullish from here right now. Unless something like catastrophic happens and QQQ and SPY drop below the 200 DMA, we should be bullish basically into next earnings. All right, that's it for this video. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates. If you want to donate to the channel, you can buy me a coffee in the description. And that's it. I'll update you tomorrow with we'll see how we're doing on the smaller time frames. All right, have a good night.